I'm always criticizing Javi, but he saved that absolutely. Javi, Hummels, and Gnabry. Those three, in my opinion, were our standout players today. I'm happy we didn't concede. Man of match, either Javi or Mas, yeah, or Gnabry. For the first half, especially. We'll beat them at home. I think a lot of people seem very confident today. We played very well. Our defense was a lot better than the previous games. Happy we didn't concede. Now on to the Alliance and get that win. Hey, man. Nis, you're confident? That's good to be. It's very good to be confident. Well, let's call it a day. Good night, man. Good night. Good night, Tenekawal. Good night. Tausif, welcome back. Yeah, but let's do you know what? Let's do player ratings together. We're live right now. Everyone's chat is showing up. So let's do player ratings together. What would you all rate Neuer? From 1 to 10. What would you all rate Neuer, everyone, together? Personally, I think, just for that save alone, he gets an 8. for that save alone, plus his passes, I'll give him an 8, personally. That's what I would give Neuer, an 8. You could say he didn't do anything wrong. He didn't do anything wrong, but yeah, I personally only give him like higher score than that if he pulls off something a worldie or something. But personally, I've given him 8. I see 8s, 9, 7.5, 7, 8, 7.1. Very risky attempts, man. That save, yeah, man. I agree. So it seems like the general consensus is between like 7 to 9, so we'll take the average here and just go with 8. we'll take the average here and just go with 8. All right. Where do we start? Let's go left. Alaba. What does everyone think of Alaba? What's everyone's opinion today on how Alaba played? I think that he didn't do much wrong. Personally, I think, yeah, honestly, I don't think he did much wrong. He didn't really help out much attacking wise, but like he did quite well with the task that he had to do. So based on that, I'll give him like a, I don't know, 7.5, 8. Do I give him an 8? I'll give him a 7.5 personally. Again, I don't think he did anything wrong. I just think, that's it. I don't think he did anything wrong. So I'll give him like a 7.5. Zindeutsche here. A few people are German here. A few people. 8.5. Didn't do anything wrong. 7. Alaba is 7 to 8. So I'm assuming a 7.5. 7. Solid defensively at times. Outpaced and no menace offensively is 7. So it seemed like between a 7 and an 8.5. So, but I think most answers were 7. So let's go with like a 7.3. A 7.3. I'm just rounding up the answers from like chatting myself. Give or take 7.3. Alright, next up, Niklas Süle. I think, obviously he wasn't the better of our two centre-backs, but I don't think that's a bad thing. He did his job. There were a few, in the first half I felt like there was a few worrying signs, but besides that, they didn't do much wrong either. Like they shut Liverpool up. They shut Liverpool, off quite good. So I would personally, I'd give Niklas Süle like a between like a 7 and 7.5. So, but I'll give him a 7 just to not make it more complicated. All right, I give him like a 7. Like I give him a 7. Like I said, he wasn't bad. I don't want to say that he was bad, but he wasn't our better centre back today. Right, he wasn't our better centre back, and that's really what it boils down to. Yeah, I'm giving him a 7. Basically, that's what I'm saying. 7. Süle was good, bro. You're awesome. We support Bayern in good and bad times. Yeah, I appreciate the love. Gladiator 089. I got 089. Okay, I see why you have that 089 in your name. Süle 6.8. Well, you're being very precise here. You're being very precise here. I didn't notice him at all, which is good for a centre back. 7. Yeah, in the first half, it was quite weird actually. In the first half, I think Liverpool approached the game wrong. Like they pressed Hummels in the first half, second half too, but especially in the first half, they like when Hummels was on the ball, they pressed him. When Süle was on the ball, they just let him have the ball. I think they should have gone the other way around in all offense. I think they should have pressed Niklas Süle, and they shouldn't have pressed Hummels as much. That's what I would have gone. I would have switched it up. I think that's what they did. They did it wrong here. Not saying that Süle is bad on the ball, but I feel like he would have definitely felt the pressure more than Hummels, because Hummels, he's played at he's played at finals and whatnot. He's like, okay, I'm used to the pressure. So that's what I would have done. But I'll give him like a 7. I see 7s on 6.8, so let's give him a 6.9. Just to round it up, alright? Just to round it up, a 6.9, alright? They watch 4 platoons too much. We're afraid of giant Sula. We're afraid of... fair enough. Fair enough. Next up, Hummels. Hummels. One of our top 3 best players today. I would personally would give him like an 8.5. 8.5. Or do I give him more? I don't know. I want to give him like between an 8.5 or a 9. Good question. What would I give him? I think I'd give him... I'm trying to think of their chances, right? And I can't really think of anything that was necessarily his fault. So I'll give him a 9. I think I'll give him a 9. Yeah, the reason why I look down just there, because I don't want to look at chat. I don't want chat to influence my own opinion right now. But yeah, I think I would personally give him a 9. Because like, one of the chances that they had, that Liverpool had, was like the over-the-top ball that landed at Mane's feet. And that was Sula and Kimmich. That wasn't Hummels. So I can't think of him doing anything wrong. So I would give him a 9. Let's see what you all think. Hummels was insane today. 8, maybe even 9. Hummels was immense. I give him a 9. He read the game so well. 9 for Mats. Hummels 8.7. Hummels was really good. Der Abiturient nennt das Antipizieren. Hummels looking like his 20. You could, yeah, that's certainly something that you could say. At least he's yeah. But it seems like most people are saying like between an 8.7 to a 9. From what I'm seeing, so I will go with, you know, I will be nice today. We'll give him a 9, all right? We're giving him a 9, all right? Everyone's giving him a 9, all right? Let's give him that, all right? Hummels got a 9. Next up, right back, Kimmich. What's Kimmich? What do y'all think of Kimmich? I think again that one chance that Liverpool had, I mean, they had like 3 chances that I can think of, right? But like, one of the chances that they had is like that's what comes to my mind really. The over the top ball that landed at Salah's feet, where like Sula and it was Kimmich. Kimmich surprisingly on like left back role, which was really odd to see. But like it was them two, and they both of them didn't deal with it at all. Like they didn't deal with it at all. So I would personally give Kimmich like a 7. Just because I give Sula a 7. So I'd give them both a 7 personally. So Kimmich, for me personally, gets a 7. I don't think he was great. I don't think he was bad. I think it was good. And good in my books is a 7. And that's really what it boils down to. A 7. That's what it boils down to for me. Let's have a look at what you lot think. I love Philipp Lahm, but Zidane is the greatest star of all time, and he was very consistent from 1994 to 2. I know what you're saying, that learning to travel, because in my description below, obviously, I wrote, I value consistency over top-level performance, which is why Philipp Lahm will always be greater than Zidane for me. I don't think any player will ever be as consistent as Philipp Lahm. Philipp Lahm, for those of you guys who don't know, is one of my favourite players of all time, which is why I have such a hard time, personally, with Kimmich. It's why I give him so much flack, right? Because I want him to be better. I want him to reach those heights. I'm like a father, right, who's looking at his son right now. I'm like, you can do better, man. You can do better. That's me right now, right? But yeah, I feel like he can do better, of course. And I disagree. All right, learning and travel, I disagree. For me personally, Lahm is, you know, top, all right, top, all right. But let's see what you all think about Kimmich. This is the best game of the season so far. Fair play, Bayern. Great game plan. See you next month. RJ, thank you very much for stopping by. Good luck to Liverpool next. Well, yeah, next month in 3 weeks. Good luck to Liverpool. Thank you for stopping by. And good luck with the league. Personally, I hope that you win it. Not just because I live like 10 minutes away from Manchester City Stadium and I don't want Manchester City to win. Because, you know, my neighbour this way is a United fan. My neighbour this way is a City fan. I always enjoy when when they lose, right? Because, you know, I can always hear my neighbours just shouting, which they're always happy when Bayern lose, because then they can hear me shouting and whatnot. But you know what? I hope that you lot win the Premier League. I definitely do. Obviously, we still have 1 more game to play. Kimmich was amazing. Kimmich was a beast. Kimmich was poor. It's quite funny. Kimmich was amazing. Kimmich was a beast. Kimmich was poor. Would give him a solid 6. 7.5. He made good tackles, man. Kimmich was... Kimmich and Gnabry, the comments are just going. Kimmich was incredible for 10. 10 for him. Ooh, that's extremely high. That is extremely. Kimmich and Gnabry were the best for Bayern. What? He came in clutch at times, but still shaking offensively. Kimmich was in a deeper position. All Bayern players were great today. Gnabry was really mediocre. Well, not a month, more like 3 weeks. Fair play as well. Gnabry was really good. Hummels was a beast. Javi Martinez was best on the pitch. Ben Collins, I appreciate this. I appreciate you for subscribing. Thank you very much. They fight till the end, and that's really a good thing. That's fine. You can disagree, but Zidane carried a very average team to welcome. Yeah, but you know, I disagree. I disagree. But yeah, I mean, we're never gonna get anywhere because that's just my personal bias. But it seemed like we have people saying that Kimmich was poor. We have people saying that Kimmich was great. So it's very difficult for me to actually pick an average. But I'll take everyone's consideration into heart and just give him like a 7.5. All right. We're giving Kimmich a 7.5. Next up, Thiago. Thiago, what do you all think? Honestly, I think Thiago was quite invisible today, which is rare. Yes. Yeah. I would. Thiago was. Yeah, okay, he wasn't perfect, right? Let's say that. He wasn't bad by any means, but I think he was just there. I think, honestly, he wasn't, like I said, he wasn't terrible. He was just there in a way. I'd give him like a 7 personally, like a 7. 7 for me is like, if I had to like rank it, 10 would be like a absolutely outstanding, perfect performance. 9 is like a very good performance. 8 would be like a great performance. And 7 would be like a good performance, and 6 would be an okay. That's how I evaluate, sort of, not 100%, but yeah, I'd give him like a 7 personally. Thiago was good. Thiago was okay, 6.5. Thiago not his best, but still okay, 6. 6.5. I didn't see much of him, to be honest. He defended pretty well, but in attack not so good. 7 for Thiago. Thiago put that beautiful long ball into Gnabry. 6 is average for me. Yeah, a lot of people saying between like 6 and 6. Actually 6 and 7, but most people are saying 6.5. So let's go with 6.5 then. Well, let's give Thiago a 6.5. Obviously, next up we've got Javi, who I think was alongside 3 of our best players, alongside Hummels and Gnabry. I think those 3 were definitely our 3 best players today. Personally, I would give Javi a 9. Same as Hummels. I'd give Javi a 9. Man, it's been a long time since we've seen such a good performance. Honestly, proper midfielder, defensively minded midfielder. I'd give James like a 9. Sorry, not James, Javi a 9 personally. Commentators were saying Gnabry was our best player. Thoughts? One of the top 3 in my opinion. But we'll get to Gnabry later on. We'll get to him soon. Alright? Martinez was amazing, incredible, 9. Best player on the pitch, Javi, 10 out of 10. 9.5, 8.5. This man was hurt and still kept playing. 8.8. 8.8, did very good, best man on the pitch. So it seemed like we have anywhere from like 10 to 8.8. So let's give him like a 9.5, alright? Let's give him a 9.5. Alright? That's what we're giving Javi, alright? A 9.5. Next up, do we continue on the left? Let's continue on the left. Coman, what do y'all think of Coman? I think Coman, this was one of his worst games, all fairness, all season. One of his worst games. I'd probably give him like a 6.5, honestly. No, I'd give him a 6.5, honestly. I don't think he was that great today, which is quite a disappointment because I had very high hopes for him. I actually made, a good thing I didn't upload it, but I actually made a video about who our 4 most important players were today. And those 4 players, or not most important, but who our 4 players that had to prove something today was. And those 4 players would have been Coman, Neuer, Lewandowski, and Thiago. That was basically the video that I made in the morning, but I just didn't have time to upload it because, like I said, I had an exam today. I have an exam tomorrow. I just have an exam the whole week, basically. So, yeah. But I feel like it was very poor today. Who has the advantage? Bayern. Liverpool. A bit of both, really, but definitely Bayern, I'd say. You could say it's equal, but I'd definitely go with Bayern, honestly. Who would have Kimmich for the second leg? That's true. That's true. But Rafinha does quite a good job if he doesn't let the match get to him, which often happens. And if that happens, then he's going to be a liability. But usually he does a good job. Coleman worked hard. Sorry, 6.3. Coleman worked hard, but was ineffective. 7. Really, I thought he did well. 7.5. Coleman 6. Hope he's knocked him out. Man United fan. Gary Trower, welcome. We'll try. We'll try. Hummels was solid. Drilled past the defenders a couple times. Coleman only had 1 or 2 good scenes, but taking into consideration that he's hurt and the opponent was Liverpool, I'd give him a 6. Lewandowski doesn't have to prove anything. Yeah, I think like it really ranges from like 6 to like 7.5 from what I can see. Both the majority of votes being like in the 6 range. So I'd give him like a overall. Let's give him like a 6.7. I don't know, 6.7. All right. Next up, James. Yeah, James was definitely lacking today. I feel like he was definitely lacking today. Not saying he was terrible, but he was definitely, I think, our weakest player today by quite a long shot. There was especially, I think it was in the first half or was it early second half? I can't remember which one it was, but it was like a spell of like 15 minutes where every time he got the ball, he gave it away. I feel like that was just the case. That was just the case. Personally, I'd give him like a, honestly, like a 5. I really would give him like a 5 today. That's certainly not one of his best performances, but yeah, not one of his best performances, but hey, there's still always, you know, improvements there. So I personally give him like a 5. Goretzka in for second leg, most likely that's very true. Most likely that's the case. Yeah, it's 3 weeks after all. After this game, all the haters came out of the case to say that Lewandowski was missing in big game. They always do. They always do. That's why, yeah, it's the way it is. It's just the way. If he doesn't score, then, you know, they will always come. Like I said, I don't have an issue with him not scoring in like these games because he does put in a shift. But we got to Lewandowski, of course, later on. But yeah, I think, you know, definitely that if he had scored, there wouldn't have been any doubts. The reason why there's so many critics, right, is because of his wage. You know, I think he gets like 15 million euros a year, which was at one point, still probably is, our highest paid player. So obviously you'd expect him for that kind of sum to really put in, you know, numbers. But he hasn't really done that for us so far in like these big Champions League games. Again, I don't think he needs to prove anything to anyone. But then again, you know, there are people that, you know, do disagree with that, and that's fair. You know, we're all here to have different opinions. You know, that's what football is all about. That's why we're doing this together, right? We're all in this together. Not to sing High School Musical, but we're all in this together, right? Anyway, James 5. That was isolated, but still managed to release pressure off the defense. James was the worst, 4.8. I feel like Klopp was trying to bring out some stakes from Bayern, especially considering his knowledge of the team. But I feel like that they defended the press quite well. No, I think we soaked it. Yeah, I think we did quite well with the press. In a way, we weren't really press resistant, like we didn't really play out from the back, but we had a simple style, which was basically get the ball to Hummels passed the ball to Süle, and Süle passed the ball back to Neuer, and then Neuer would kick it out. That's really, if you watch the game, right, that's basically what happened. Hummels, Süle, Neuer, just booted up forward. That's basically what happened all game, but it worked. James giving the ball away a good few times. James was same as Coleman, but he has no excuse. 5, which means average. Not good, not bad, average. Honestly, James played better defensively than offensively. Had 2 balls in, but he gave away the ball too easily and just threw away an attack. 5.5. Same would give him 5. Do you think you will change Dortmund in the league? I think we're gonna win. I always thought that. Honestly, I always thought that. I had a discussion with Max recently, you know, well, he doesn't really do videos anymore, but he used to do Forever Dortmund on YouTube. I don't think he does video, well, he hasn't done videos any since then. But like, I had a discussion with him like after a halfway break, during the winter break. I think Dortmund at that point was like 11 points clear. Me and him basically agreed, like he's a Dortmund fan. We basically like agreed that you really can't count out Bayern, like unless there's like 11 points gap. Like halfway through the season, like halfway through the second half of the season, you could always expect us to really come back, and you know, I always thought that. I was always confident. But anyway, it seemed like most people would give James like between a 5 and a 5.5. So no, sorry, between a 4.8 and a 5.5. So let's just go with a 5. Honestly, James gets a 5 from all of us. Next up on the right, Gnabry. What do y'all think of Gnabry? Gnabry. I feel like I think one of our 3 best players. but I don't think he was our best player. I think in the first half he was very, very strong. I feel like first half he was absolutely amazing. If we were just basing up on the first half performance, I'd probably give him like a 9.5, honestly. But yeah, okay, I'll give him a 9. Let's be realistic. I'd give him a 9, alright, from the first half performance alone. But the second half he dropped off quite a lot. So I'd probably like take off half a mark for that and give him like an 8.5 personally. That's what I would give Gnabry. Jonathan Peterson disagrees with me, sorry, and says a 7. That's fair enough. Would have liked to see Alfonso. Yeah, same, but I mean, something doesn't always work out, but yeah. What do you think will be approach the second leg? Be much more aggressive, but not be overly aggressive. I know, right? Yeah, it's just a simple approach. I'm not going into more detail than just like be aggressive, but not much more aggressive. Yeah, I know, very simple approach, right? First half of the season, Kovác's game plan worked. I disagree. Against Leipzig, that game comes to mind. Leipzig, the game plan worked very, very well. For example, he does change it up quite a lot. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Against Leipzig it worked, today it worked. Next time it might not. Getting on it, Gnabry 7. Martinez was everywhere, defending, absolutely. Almost scored 2. Defended well, very good. He gets an 8. Only heard the commentator since I was listening to the game in class, but the commentator said he was our best. Javi, Hummels and Gnabry best players. Oida, Packmas im Rückspiel, absolutely, definitely, yeah. None, how good was James defensively? Yeah. Better defensively than offensively, as someone else said, but yeah, not really. But yeah, Gnabry, I'd probably. There's nobody really else that said anything, so Gnabry just between a 7 and an 8.5, which is what I gave him, so 7, so 8. Gnabry gets an 8 from all of us. Last but not least, Lewandowski. What would you all give Lewandowski as a rating? Personally, I think I'd personally give him a 7. I don't think he did anything wrong today. I just think he was there. I really think Lewandowski, like, he didn't do anything bad. He didn't really, yeah, he just really wasn't involved. But I feel like in terms of movement, especially in the first half, like there was this one moment that really sort of capitalized on, where like Lewandowski's in the center, Gnabry just, if he squared the ball over to Lewandowski, Lewandowski would get, be a 1-on-1. I can't say get a goal, but he'd be 1-on-1 with the keeper. And I feel like, that we should have capitalized on that. Of course, it's easy to say that in hindsight, of course. Then there was a chance where like Gnabry was in the center and Lewandowski was on the wing and he didn't square it to Gnabry. So there were like 2 moments like that. And besides that, I thought he fought for the ball quite well, but I didn't think anything really worked out for him, and that's mainly because we didn't really do anything. We really didn't really do anything, right? We didn't really, attacking wise, we didn't really do much, right? So it's very hard for him to really work on anything, right? That's just the way it is. Let's see what you all think. Gnabry was good. He's selfish at times. If you provide a service, Lewandowski might have scored. Yeah. Jürgen Klopp, Kimmich and Alaba were so disciplined tonight. I've probably never seen them defend like that. Respect to them. They made it difficult for us, although we had a good situation where we missed the last touch. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I don't see anything wrong with that. Against Ajax second leg, his plan works. I don't know if that might... Actually, yeah. Now I actually had to think about that game because it was such a long time ago. I'm still gutted that you will be gone. That I'll be gone? Gone where? Where will I be gone? Well, where am I going? Tell me. Please let me know. so I know where I'm going. I know where I am right now, but I don't know where I'm going. Tell me. Please let me know. Inform me. What do you think was our problem today? I don't think there was much of a problem today. I feel like we had a plan, we executed it well, and that's that. Was fandest du an der Taktik falsch? Zu defensiv? No, I don't. Alright, let me just, because I don't want to speak German too much right now, because I know a lot of people here don't understand German, so I'm hoping you can understand English. But in a nutshell, I don't think anything was wrong. I think we had a plan today. It worked. We did well. That worked well. I don't think anything was wrong. I would have personally loved to have us, us to have a goal or something. But we came with a plan, you know. Be as pragmatic as possible. Don't be gung-ho, which is fine. You know, Liverpool, they're known for how good they are at home. They're also known to have struggled this season away from home. So it makes sense that we went with this kind of strategy, with that kind of tactics. And it worked. The only thing I'm saying, it worked, but it was ugly. It worked, but it was ugly, alright? Yeah, again, it wasn't beautiful. It wasn't a beautiful game, and neither was it like a very exciting game, but that doesn't matter. It's weird saying that, yeah. Usually I'm always like, yeah, if we play beautiful, we play good. Yeah, that's usually what I always say. Like, I want us to play good football, because if we play good football, we always play successful football. You know what? Today we didn't really play attractive football or good football, but it worked. Right? So I'm not complaining at all. Right? So I'm happy. I'm absolutely happy with the way we played. All right. But people are saying, in terms of Lewandowski, people are saying 6, 6, 5, 6.5 did nothing, 6, robbed by Alisson, Lever good leader but not special, 7, Lever 7, not his fault, he didn't have the service, he just needs one chance. I thought he was quite poor. 7, since he really put in a shift to compensate for lack of magic, his defending on corners was top notch. Alright, so that's basically all I'm seeing in terms of Lewandowski. So it's between like a 6. Sorry, it's between a 5 and a 7. So let's give him a 6 as a group. Let's give him a 6 as a group. So Lewandowski gets a 6, and that's the player ratings for. Actually, no. Should we include the subs? Let's include the subs. What do y'all think of Ribéry? What do y'all think of Sanchez? And what do y'all think of Rafinha? Those 3 subs. Ribéry, I feel like all of them, honestly, I feel, to me, they were just all okay. None of them really stood out, in all fairness. Ribéry probably the most of all 3 of them, but none of them really stood out, so I'd probably like all give like an average score of like 6. Not saying that they were bad or anything, but they didn't really stand out. It was just, they were just there. Yeah, like Ribéry, like I said, he was the only one of those players that could actually think of doing anything, and that was like in extra time, just getting the ball forward, so that was neat. But I don't think any of them really had anything really that they did. So I give them like a 6, so it was like an average score. Anyway, let's see what some of you think. Kimi here, the only disappointment. I agree. Absolutely agree. You think you'll win in the next leg? Yes. 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 I'm actually quite confident. I know. I shouldn't be. Considering that they didn't have defenders today, and they will have Van Dijk back for the second leg. But I'm actually quite confident for once. I don't know why. Maybe it's a mistake. Maybe it's not. But I'm quite confident that we'll win in the second leg, especially at home. You know, that's just the way it is. That bicycle kick by Man is scared. Yeah, absolutely. I was like, oh no. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Sorry, mate, English from now on. Now you can type in German. I just won't answer in German. That's the main thing. Like, I'll still read your comments and whatnot. But it's just that, you know, it's easier for me to answer in English, considering that way I don't have to translate what I'm saying. So it's just that way. It's just easier that way. So, didn't you plan to leave YouTube? I thought you only came back for the love. I didn't only come back for that tie, but the reason. All right, let me just quickly talk about like me quitting YouTube, right? Just to quickly get it out of the way, right? The reason why I wanted to quit YouTube, to a degree, I still want to, honestly, but I most likely won't. But the reason why it always, it's always been a thought in my head, was because I just don't have the time. That's really what it boils down to. Like, you know. As one of these like channels, you know, that talk about football, I love talking about Bayern. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't have the time. I don't have the time. You know, right now I won't be after the summer, but right now I'm doing my master's degree. After that, I'll try and like work in a law firm, so I won't have the time. You know, I'll just basically it's gonna boil down to time, and I don't want to be like one of those YouTubers that will like make a video like once every month or so, you know. So that will basically like just appear in like certain games and whatnot, which is why I thought, and at the end of the day, it feels quite repetitive. I like having discussions, which is why I like the stream right now, which is why I'm enjoying the stream quite a lot right now. I like having discussions with other people, but again, I'm doing this, you know, as I said before, this is the most unprofessional stream ever. I'm doing this in my room right now, which I'm probably gonna move out, to be fair, this year, because I'm still living at home right now. But yeah, I'm doing this, you know, as a solo thing, and it's very time consuming. And I know, you know, how can it be time consuming while you're doing this, just sitting there doing a video for like 10 minutes or so? Yeah, that's fair enough. Fair enough. But you know, you're setting it up, making sure that it's 10 minutes that you actually have, you know, peace and quiet. 10 minutes where you can actually think. 10 minutes most likely after the game. You have to be. It's one of those things where like you have to just. It almost feels like a grind. And at the beginning, YouTube just seemed like a lot of fun. Then it seemed like a lot. At the beginning, it seemed like a lot of fun. Then it seemed like a lot of fun. And then it just kind of seemed like a chore. And lately, it's been feeling like a lot of fun again. So it just kind of comes in cycles, I guess. It feels like you're just repeating yourself. It's just repetitious, and that's the annoying thing. That's the annoying thing. Like, it's just so repetitious. That's why I wish I knew like a Bayern fan that lived like right around the corner from me. I had like a friend of mine that lived like right around the corner from me who could join in. Like I could actually discuss with them, because that would be a different story, and we'd be doing this like you'd probably get like 10 minutes a day, just saying. But I don't have that. I live in Manchester, right? I could probably like invite a few Manchester United fans or Inter Milan fans, because I know one. But I don't know any Bayern fans in Manchester, so I can't really, you know, do that. That's the issue, right? Anyway, that's what just to discuss that topic. I love Coman, but he needs to improve his ball control, hold up play. He was quite poor today, but I don't think it was. I don't think, you know, at the end of the day, I don't think it was his best game. That's really what it boils down to. I don't even know what the last comments were. So for like Ribery, Sanchez and Rafinha, I think most people just wrote like a 6 to 7. So fair enough. So we'll give him a 6.5. Fair enough. I love Coman, but he needs to improve. That's what we read. Shouldn't have played Coman today. If somebody is not fit, he's not fit. That was definitely a worry when I read any comments saying that, you know, he's not 100% fit, but we still play him. It's like, all right, fam. Let's calm down. Let's calm down a little. If he injures himself even more, then we're definitely struggling. Liverpool are 20 games unbeaten at home against German oppositions. Yeah, but there's a difference between 20 games unbeaten and 20 games won. Just saying. Bayern some Liverpool favorites, definitely, absolutely, Ellie, definitely. Classic Park de Bus, well executed. Thank you. Yeah, I agree. I mentioned before that it felt like we were a Mourinho team or a Simeone team, while we're not. We played it completely, like we didn't soak up the pressure, like we didn't just defend. We actually just kicked the ball forward. We didn't really have a plan going forward, but we always passed the ball. Like if you look at it, obviously I haven't looked at any passing statistics, but I would say this, right? Pass, like if that's like the play, right? We basically just pass, play it forward, play back, pass, play it forward, play back, pass, play it forward, play back. That's basically how we did the game today. I wouldn't say we parked the bus. We just didn't attack. We just didn't attack. That's what it boiled down to. I've never seen Bayern killing time constantly passing the ball back. It was definitely unique, and it worked. It worked. Ribery is actually not bad. Sandro Rafinha 5, the rest can't remember. Ribery calmed down the game a lot, helped us out in the ending to kill time. I saw Sancho when he was at Swansea. He was terrible at Swansea, but he's been quite good this season. Not perfect, of course, but quite good this season. What do you think of Ribery in general? I remember you were disappointed with what he said to the media. Personally, alright. Ribery in general, I've got Ribery posted there, right? I never hated him, right? I don't hate him, right? But in terms of like the media, yes, I am very disappointed. I am in general with football players. I'm always disappointed when they behave stupid. Outside of the game, right? Inside the game, I can understand. Like for example, like, you know, for example, 2012 when he punched Robin, I think it was, or was it the other way around? Basically, when they had a fight during half time against when we were playing against Real Madrid in 2012, and they had a fight and whatnot, Ribery and Robin. I was like, you know what? Fair enough. I didn't mind because that was in the middle of a game. You know, in a game, emotions flare up. Anyone that's ever played football, even at like an amateur level like me, amateur, I'm an amateur. But anyways, ever played football, even just like, you know, in a team or anything, knows that emotions flare up and that things like these happen, right? But outside of a game, I expect professionality because these players represent the club at the end of the day, right? These players, when you think of the club, you think of these players. When they do something wrong, it looks bad on the club, and that's why, you know, I always have an issue. I always have an issue with like players acting badly outside of the match in a personal life. Of course, no person is perfect. You know, so there's certain incidents that I'm okay with. For example, you know, somebody getting, I don't know, somebody going to like a bar and like just getting hammered or something. That doesn't bother me at all. Or someone like being a nasty person outside, you know, to a degree, doesn't bother me at all. But there are like certain things, like for example, drunk driving. That's what I would have an issue with, for example, because that person represents the club. Or fighting outside of anything, you know, fighting outside or you know, outside of the game. I have an issue with that because these players, they are the face of the club, and ultimately, you know, whatever they do is gonna look back. It's gonna look bad on the club. It's not like I really care what other people think about Bayern, because if I did, then I wouldn't be a Bayern fan. In all fairness, because, you know, everyone hates Bayern. I'd be like, you know what? Please stop hating me, man. Please stop hating me, man. But first of all, I don't really care. I never really cared what other people think. I only care what I think, and what people think that, you know, enjoy the same thing as me. But yeah, you know, that's just the way that's just what it boils down to. That's really what it boils down to. Like, for example, I was gonna say uncle's friend. I think he's my uncle's cousin. So I don't know what that makes him in terms of my uncle's cousin makes my father's cousin. I don't know what it boils down to in terms of my family tree, but he's like he's an 1816 Munich fan, right? I know I shouldn't say 18, but you know what? Screw it. But he supports them, right? I like what he thinks about Bayern, because he hates Bayern with a passion. He hates the management of Bayern with a passion. You know, for obvious reasons, of course. Because he doesn't. He supports the actual only rival. What he says, I don't really care. Because at the end of the day, I only care about the people that support Bayern. You see, I don't really care about the haters. If that makes sense, I don't really care. Same for anything really. I don't really care about the haters. I just care about the opinion of the people that enjoy the same thing as me. It doesn't mean that I have to agree with them, but those are the only people that really care to me. I really care about, which is why I can just ignore all the negativity. I missed the match due to work. How was Coleman? Pretty poor. I think we as a thing gave him like a 6.5 or 7. So, like as a chat, including me, we gave him like a 6.5 to 7. So he wasn't really that great. He was just meh, really. Manager rating. Well, manager rating. Let's do a manager rating. What do you all give the manager, folks? 9 from the beginning. Went for a draw. Players did well. We kept the ball and well defended. Yeah, you know what? Fair enough. I give him a 9 too. It worked well. If it didn't work, of course, I would have given him a 0. But it worked well. 9. I give him a 9 too. What do you all give Niko Kovac? How was the man of match for? Who was the man of match for Liverpool? Maybe Henderson. Do you not go to the games? I tend to. I've mentioned this before recently. I've just 2 or 3 days ago. But I tend to go to like 2 to 3 games a year. I don't go to that many games because I'm a student. I don't have the money. I lack the money. I lack the funds to travel. But I tend to go to really, it's mainly like just the important games, not even big games. Like, it's not even Champions League games or anything of that sort. But it's mainly just like if a player is retiring, or of a special occasion. In these kind of games, like if there's a special occasion, or if a player, if it's a final game of a player, these are the kind of games that I'm usually there for. Which is why the one for Lahm, I wanted to be there so badly, but I just at that point just didn't have the means. Actually, I didn't have the means. It was just, I think it was an exam period or something. It was something that got in the way, which is why I couldn't go. But it's usually these kind of games where either a player is retiring, so it's their last game or something, or they're installing new seats recently, for example, or I'm just in Munich. Most times that's really the games that I'm going to. Yeah, that's really what it boils down to. Give me your address and I'll move right into discuss, problem solve. Hey, fair enough. I think actually somebody actually recognized me once. That's the funny part. Like, it's like I remember like in one of my videos somebody actually commented, "Hey, I just saw you in so and so place. Was that you?" And I was like, yes. Yes. Yes, that was me. How you doing? But the main question is, are you sub to PewDiePie? Of course. Of course I am. Or no, definitely not too serious. PewDiePie. Of course. Good. We did well today, but whilst we need what we need is an offensive strategy for the second leg, a bit more attacking, as you just mentioned. Going to be hard with Van Dijk coming back. Yeah, but hopefully by the second leg, you know, first of all we're gonna have the crowd behind our sides, and then again we're gonna have certain players coming back, so that's a positive. Not coming back, but being on form. Some players like, for example, Coman, being there and doing well. Hopefully back in a-okay shape. So you know what, I'm looking forward to. The second leg. I think I'm actually quite confident based on how we play today, which I know I shouldn't be, considering we're playing a totally different style in the second leg most likely. But I'm still very, very confident. All right. To be honest, it's such a great dude, so positive, rare in football fans, always a joy to watch. I appreciate the love. Shift Bury. I think after two matches that broke me, right, as a kid. First of all, were the 2006 loss against Italy. That broke me, that game. And then the 2012 Champions League final. Those two games broke me to a point where I've just become extremely positive. In terms of football, I've just become extremely positive. It's just the way it is. Henderson was great. In terms of the amount of match, he put in a shift. He definitely put in a shift. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Trent, well played. Not down. Johnston, I think so too. Yeah. Trent was good too. I'm a super FUB Bayern. Super Bayern fan. I think that's what you're trying to say, Robloxer. Alright, good job. What is your opinion about Brazil? Oh boy. Man, what do I get about him? I've got no issue with him. First of all, I've got no issue with him. I think, you know, at the end of the day, right, I think that he's trying to do a job, right? And I feel like his biggest issue, the biggest problem is for him right now, the reason why he's always been criticized is because we didn't sign anyone in the summer. We didn't sign anyone in the summer. And that really, you know, when you come in and you're already not experienced. You know, you don't have a good standing, you know, in the position that you're in already, and then you don't do anything for the first summer period. It's an issue. It's an issue. Winter, you know, he tried going for a player, it didn't really work out. He tried. My issue is that with his, you know, comments, I still want to say, like, give him some time. But then again, should he have ever gotten a position? Perhaps. I don't want to say no, I don't want to say yes, you know, perhaps. We've basically, what it boils down to is I don't think we've seen enough of him, honestly. That's what it really boils down to. So what do you think of Icardi? That's a weird question. Icardi, not much. Not much. Unfortunately, most people in Germany were rooting for Liverpool instead of Bayern. I mean, that's expected. That's expected in all fair. I mean, I wouldn't have it any other way. Instead of Bayern, when they should be supporting Bayern, who have been the only ones that represent Germany in Europe. But that's always the case. Like, that's always the case. Like, that's always been the case, and that will always be the case. Like, people in Germany will always root for the opposite team against Bayern. Like unless Bayern is playing against, like, Real Madrid or Atletico Madrid or Barcelona. That's the only time when you see other people in Germany actually hoping that Bayern wins. Besides that, that's always the case. That's, I mean... I mean, yeah, that's the way it is. The best defensive performance I've seen in a while. Wish Gnabry would have made better decisions. Only mistake I saw was Kimmich trying to dribble it out of the defense and getting tackled. Carvajal. Yeah, definitely our best performance in a while. I don't know about overall, but definitely our best performance in a while. So I'm very, very happy about that. 9 goals, amazing. 9 for Kovac, best manager performance this year. I didn't expect that, to be honest. I didn't expect that either. I'd say an 8 for Kovac. Thiago and Hammers were fire. Firmino never did well in Munich with Hoffenheim. Hopefully he won't do well in the second leg. Quite sad. Bayern didn't win the Champions League in Munich, but at least they won the treble the following year, which makes up for the disappointment, absolutely. You think Zidane was better than Brazil? Absolutely, man. I don't think there's much really to say about that. Yeah, but we're gonna wrap it up in like the next 5 minutes or so. Just let me just read through the comments and then we're gonna wrap it up. But yeah, I definitely think Zidane was better than Brazil. But I feel like Brazil really doesn't have much. He hasn't really had much time to prove himself. So we'll see how he does. You know, at the end of the day, that's all we have to do. Wait and see. So. It doesn't matter what I think at the end of the day. Yeah, okay. No, it doesn't matter what I think. But at the end of the day, it could go either way. Like maybe in the summer he'll pull off like a rabbit out of a hat or something. Maybe not. We'll see. He just really hasn't. Winter, I didn't even expect us to sign him during winter. So the fact that we even tried was a good thing. Summer. It's going to be a big transition, you know, according to the club, it's going to be a big transition period, so I expect us to go for a lot of players, and then it will depend on who he obviously goes for, so we'll see. I think someone's better. Brazil is too aggressive in his pursuit of players. Been talked of not getting Pavard now because of it. No, we've already secured Pavard. Like that's already secured. We've already paid the fee. That's already done. The talk about Pavard was whether we could get him during the winter period. That didn't work out, but that's fair enough. James gave away the ball a few times and Thiago didn't create anything. Javi Martinez was the best player. Javi, Hummels, and Gnabry, in my opinion. Probably Javi and Hummels, definitely two stand-up players with Gnabry just behind him, in my opinion. That's because of what you were saying about... I see what you're saying. Alright, never mind. Misunderstood. Chelsea were stubborn and didn't want to sell Odoi the winter and they don't even give him minutes. Would do it. Yeah, I agree. But it's the way it is. That football, it's a fickle game, right? You have good relationship with some clubs, bad relationship with other clubs. It's just the way it is, At the end of the day, you can't really force clubs to sell players. You couldn't say, oh, yeah, they're holding him hostage. But at the end of the day, look at us, for example. Who was it that Barcelona wanted? I can't remember. The name doesn't come to mind right now. What? Why can I not think of the player from our youth academy? I've been following the youth quite well. No, from our youth academy. American midfielder. What's the guy's name? Not Green. No. Yeah, Tillman, exactly. Yeah, like Barcelona, I think, wanted to sign him. And we basically just said no. No, not happening. And you could say we were holding him hostage because we're not giving him minutes. Yeah, just saying. You could make the same argument for like most clubs. You could make the same argument for most clubs that you could say that they're holding him hostage. I wasn't complaining. I wasn't complaining back then, so I'm not really complaining now that much. So that's my point. That's my point, really. I'm a Bayern fan. I was you see, yeah, that's the difference, all right. Whenever a different German team plays against like in a Champions League, I think majority of the Bayern fans support the German team. But when Bayern plays in the Champions League, it's always like against Bayern. Right? Let's get that right, all right. But I don't mind. That's expected, all right. That's expected, all right. That's already a given. That's already a given, But I want to wrap it up now. Sooner. So let me just quickly read through all these questions or comments and whatnot, and then we'll call it a day. Our first clean sheet in 2019 is against Liverpool. Yeah, that says a lot. Will you do a video with the Redman TV reaction of the match? I don't know about that. But we might. I can't say definitely, but we might. It really all depends on like time and how things work out. But maybe we'll do like a preview for the second leg. Hopefully, maybe, I don't know. But maybe that's the case. Again, I can't say for sure. It really boils down to like just time. That's always what it boils down. For example, this week, yeah, we did the preview, I think last Wednesday, right, and it came out on Sunday. If we had done like a preview on Monday this week, I would have had to say no, because this week, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the whole week, I'm full with exams. I'm busy with exams. I've got exams every single day, which is why I actually want to end the video sooner or later, just so I can then start revising, you know, a little bit. Because tomorrow I've got a professional conduct exam. The worst exam. Today was quite fun. Today was criminal litigation. That was quite fun. That was not an easy topic, but it was one that you could actually revise for. Professional conduct is not really one you can revise for. It's just quite annoying actually. And then on Thursday and Friday I've got property law. Stressful, right? Stressful, but at least, you know, I've got exams, so I would have to say no. It's why I didn't go to the match. You know, the Liverpool Anfield is like an hour away from my house, right? But I had to say no because I had to be smart today. I had to be smart this week. You know, as much as I wanted to go to that match, I had to say, you know what, no, I can't go. I've got exams. It's just life works out. And today would have been nice to go to the stadium as well, because obviously today is my birthday, so that would have been nice as well. Would have been an extra bonus. But yeah, it is what it is. You know, you can't have everything in life. It doesn't work out that way. Apparently Bayern didn't secure the Lucas Hernandez transfer. I'd like to just to keep a good. Yeah. Without buying, personally, I would have just gone through with buying him. Look. The good relationship thing, right? I'll make a video about this in the future, right? I'll make a video about this in the future, but I agree and disagree, and I'll get into that in the future. But you know, next I'll make a video in the future about good relationship when we're closer to like the summer transfer period, because I want to talk about this more in depth, and I want to talk about this from both angles, right? I want to both from like why you should have a good relationship and why you should not have one. All right, so I'll do that once we're closer to the summer transfer period. What score for second leg? I'll go with a 2-1. 2-1 win. I'd hope that Fernandes in the summer. Anyway, wasn't he injured over the winter? Yeah, he was. He was out. Yeah, that was the case. I see it as a 2-0 for Bayern. I believe so. It's 4 AM in India right now, man. All of you people that are like in India or US or Asia. Well, yeah, I know what I said. All right, let me rephrase that. All of you people that are like in India. All of you people that are in Asia or America or Africa, can I just say, you know, the dedication you lot have, right? Or like Eastern Europe, you know, all the dedication you have for football, it's outstanding. Like, don't let anyone take away from it, because you lot, you know, you'll have to wake up at like either 7 AM or 1 PM or, you know, at crazy times like these just to watch football. You know what? To me, that's very impressive, right? I slept 3 hours today, but you know, I can't compare to any of you lot. I can't compare to any of you lot. So, you know what? The dedication you have is just incredible. You seem a decent lad. All the best for your future, and keep uploading sometimes. MiaSanMia. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. What it was because he would cost around 10 to 15 million more in terms of taxes. If he can show fitness, it's a very smart move. If not, depending on whether or not we sell Hummels or Boateng, we potentially have 3 injury-prone defenders. We're a bonus stream. I'd love to see records in some Pokal games. Davies. I'll raise you Davies. That's all I'll say. And Mai. Those are the 2 players that I personally love to see. But yeah, folks, I'm gonna end it here. I'll edit, or I'll edit the post-match review / reaction, and then I'll edit the match rating that we did as a group together, and then upload these probably later on today in like 2 hours or so, give or take. But I will see you all next time. Thank you everyone for joining me today, and yeah, I will see you all then. Well, I'ma go. Keep up good work, bud. Looking forward to it. Thank you very much, and goodbye. Do you think Ziggs should get promoted? I'll make a video about the youth one day, right? And the reason why I'm saying that is because there are certain youth players that I think should get promoted, and certain youth players that I don't think will get. Maybe not should not, but will get, right? But anyway, I will see you all then. Just MiaSanMia. Arrivederci. Bye. 50-50 chance for every team. At home, you've always got, I'd say your chance always goes 60-40 in all fairness. But yeah, I'll see you all next time, everyone. Peace out and have a nice day. We've now been streaming exactly 3 hours now. Bye.